Hello and welcome to the Beer Search Party. This is Sean Inman with you. And for the month of November, we're reviewing a couple of canned gluten-free beers. So there you're working on two different substratas of the craft beer movement. Now this is from Glutenberg and it's from Canada, brewed by Brasseur sans gluten. If you want to go really, really poorly spoken French. So, this is their American Pale Ale in the pink labeled can, and it's got some rather interesting ingredients here, and I like the fact that it's right there, right underneath the Pale Ale signature there. Millet, normal in gluten-free beers, as is buckwheat, but to see candy sugar, demerara sugar, and also quinoa is kind of interesting. I don't think I've seen that on any other gluten-free beers. And I like the fact that it's an American pale. Let's see if the hops or the formulation of the recipe make this seem less like a gluten-free beer and more just like a beer. Because that has always been the problem for me with gluten-free beers, is that they've tasted like a gluten-free beer. So, let's take a taste of Glutenberg's American Pale Ale. It has a mild aroma. There is bitterness there for sure, and there's a little bit of orangey citrusness to it, but there is a bit of a harsh minerality as well. And I don't know if that's the water profile that Glutenberg prefers to use, or maybe it's just something that's their trademark maybe. There's a bit of minerality. It does sort of stick around the tongue quite a bit. It's not bad, and it doesn't, I mean, if my main test is, does this taste like a gluten-free beer, it doesn't. Probably part of the reason why this won a silver medal a couple years ago. So, that being said, let me take another sip and see if I can pick up anything else that sheds some light on this. Yeah, there's a good bitterness. The next step down is that there is quite a bit of graininess in there. So you got the bitterness, a little bit of citrus, graininess, and then it goes into that minerality, which is what's sort of throwing me off. I would expect that in some other styles, but in an American Pale Ale, I think it's wrong here. Now, I don't know if that's just coverage for the lack of gluten or whatnot, but it just seems a little too minerally, and it could probably have used another hit of hops to it, for me at least, for my palate. Obviously, for other people's palates, it struck really nicely because, like I said, it's got that silver medal, which is proudly displayed right there. But I do love the label. I love the fact that all the ingredients are there. I love the nutrition facts on there as well. It does make it sort of look a little more like a soda than a beer. But that being said, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say right off the bat, oh, this is one of my favorite pale ales. But if you are one of the people that has the gluten intolerance issue, which is tough because a lot of good beers out there, this is one of the better options that I've seen. And I will be reviewing their IPA later this month as well. So we'll see how those compare and see maybe if that minerality pops up also in the IPA. Maybe it's just a trademark style for Glutenberg, which I'm not really sold on that name. But nonetheless, pretty good. Pretty solid pale ale. And factor in that it's gluten-free, that's another few points given to it there. So thank you very much for watching. This is Sean Inman, Beer Search Party, and cheers.